Hi everyone, I'm Phil and welcome back to the channel where we learn to play the music we love. This video comes to you courtesy of a request from a viewer whose YouTube name is MXPerts, P-E-R-Z, who asked if I would put something together for the Dire Straits song Why Worry from the iconic Brothers in Arms album from the 80s. You might have recognised the song from the intro to the video. Well, I'm very happy to do that and I'd like to thank MXPerts for getting in touch to ask. It really makes my day when I get comments or questions from viewers. It's why I run the channel. It's so that we can share musical experiences together. If you stick around to the end of the video, there's a little bonus that I've added on that will help you play this song in a way that not even Mark Knopfler plays. So hang on for that if you can. Okay, without further ado, let's get cracking. Come with me. The first thing to mention is the key for the song. The Brothers in Arms recording is in E, but since then Mark Knopfler has lowered the key and plays it in the key of D. So I'm going to play in the key of D, but if you want to play along with the album version, all you need to do is to put your capo on the 2nd fret and play exactly the same shapes that I'm playing here, but just 2 frets higher. Okay, there's a couple of interesting places in there where it's worth just taking you through a little bit more detail. So let's get back into that split screen and I'll show you what I mean. So this is fairly straightforward. A7. And then with this finger, back to the bar, back to the A7. And then index finger, slide up. And you can play those 2 notes. It's rather nice actually if you do play those 2 notes. So it's a slide up from here. And it's quite a subtle play of that G string, but it's nice to have it in there. And then what Mark Knopfler actually does on the recording and when he plays it live, he plays a sort of a little rhythm guitar link almost. He goes like this. So this bit to there, that's a sort of an accompanying part, and it's this that's the melody. So I think that's rather nice. Let me do that again for you. And then there's a chord of A here, so when you've got your index finger here, put your middle and your ring finger on the 7th fret of the A and the D strings, and then here is this chord which is a G, and then an A7. So that chord starts, I normally start that without my little finger on there and put it on later. It's just a bit easier to hit the target doing it that way. So let me take you through that once again. You'll see that what I do on that A7 is I actually miss out that open G string. I think you've got to be a a little bit careful sometimes with most guitars that if you're playing a G, if you're playing a G on the D string on the 5th fret and an open G, there can be a slight tuning difference. So if I play them together, it can be a little bit jarring sometimes if your guitar is lacking a bit of stability on tuning or intonation. Not a problem really if you're playing in a mix with a band or on a recording, but I do tend to miss that out and play like that. Okay, the second time round there is a variation that you can do, and that's like this. And the rest is the same. And when we get into the Why Worry part, so the chorus I suppose you could say, we're down to this lower level. So we're playing a D in this configuration. I'll put all the chord shapes on the screen for you. And there's some hammering on and pulling off, which is really important in this, but fairly straightforward to do. But it can be a bit tricky because you're using your ring finger to do the hammering on and pulling off. Again. If you just have a look closely at my picking hand, we start off with 3 strings, then we go to 2, and then we go to 1 string. So just watch as I play this slowly. That's 3, that's 2, and now down to 1, 3, and 3 there. Let me show you what it would sound like if you played with all 3 fingers. This is why it's so important to use just the 2 and then the 1. Okay, so this is with all 3. Sort of sounds okay, but I think it sounds better with a little bit of that nuance that 3 to 2 to 1 to 3 gives you. So watch again on the plucking hand. The other thing that you'll see me do, which again it replicates the style that Mark Knopfler plays in on some of these slower songs, is that's what I would call arpeggiating. So that's an arpeggio. It's a sort of a broken chord. So it's a chord. If you break it up into its component parts, that's an arpeggio. And he plays a fairly quick arpeggio. It's like a cascade of notes. If you're enjoying the video and getting something out of it that you can use in your playing, then it would be great if you could click the like button and maybe even consider subscribing. It really makes a difference and helps keep me making content. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, so back into the chorus. So that's all hammering on. And there's a pull off. You can vary this a little bit, so you can do a little bit of plucking in between. Like that. Let me do that again with hopefully a bit more accuracy. Or you can do just one pluck. Okay, so vary it, just play with it and get to something that you feel is comfortable. And then as you get to the link part where the keyboards are doing that cascading part, it's a very simple sort of open chord of A that's plucked like this. So that's just played on one string. And just playing the A, the D and the G strings. You have to watch the timing a little bit on that, so listen on the album or on a live recording on YouTube or wherever, and just get familiar with the way that the band times the coming in of that A there. It does vary actually, so if you're playing along with the album version, it differs from how Mark Knopfler has played it more recently in live performances. So again, that's the beauty of Mark Knopfler's playing. There's nuance, there's variation. There's no particular right or wrong way to do it. So just enjoy it. Okay, so that's all of the electric guitar. Let's have a little look now at the acoustic guitar part. Okay, so here we are with the acoustic guitar. I've got the split screen and I'll just work through these chords. I'll put them on the screen as I'm playing through them so that you can see how they work. But just kind of watch, listen, play along, and gradually you'll pick them up. Okay, here we go. Start with a D chord. So that's the verse, and you would repeat that. There's no real variation in that, like there is with the electric guitar part. And then for the bit where the electric guitar is playing the hammering on and pulling off, so you're back to fairly standard chord shapes. So here we go. There is some fairly tricky stuff in there if you're a beginner on the acoustic guitar. What I would suggest, if you're finding it difficult with some of those quicker bits, because even I find that difficult sometimes, and I don't think he really plays that on the acoustic guitar on the recording or in a performance. What happens in the performance is you've got Mark Knopfler's Strat, you have a backup Strat player, and you have an acoustic guitar player. So kind of let's not kill ourselves with this one. Let me show you perhaps a way of simplifying that so that it's a little bit easier to play. Here we go. Okay, so doing it that way, simplifying it, it's just as valid, and it's probably what happens live anyway with the band. Don't forget, in a band you've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who are each taking a smaller part, so you don't have to do absolutely everything on your acoustic. So again, just enjoy playing along with the album or with the performance that you've found on YouTube, and you'll really enjoy just playing along with those straightforward chords, and you can add your own embellishments as you kind of see fit, really. So now we come to the bonus that I mentioned at the start. In the recording of this song, it's the keyboards that play that lovely cascading run that links various sections of the song together. Let me show you how to play it on the guitar so that you can really get into the song in a way that, as I say, not even Mark Knopfler does when he plays it. Let me go through that really slowly for you so that you can see all of the notes. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you got something out of it that you can use in your playing. So thanks for watching as ever. And until next time, bye for now.